Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Tim, this is nerve-wracking. I didn't spell check manager when I typed it in, so I gotta like look with ease, you know? This is cool, man. Tim Seebold joins us in studio, managing director for the Alton Midwest Nationals, the F1 Powerboat Racing Series. Am I getting this right?
Yeah, I got a couple hats to wear this week.
Man, right off the bat, how awesome is the Alton riverfront before we even talk about the series?
Beautiful. You know, the facility, just the layout in between Argosy Casino and the Alton Marina. So it's fabulous. I mean, amphitheater, what a great venue.
Really cool. And now, how did the this opportunity develop? You know, just right off the bat, how was the partnership with Great Rivers and Routes? What was the decision made to really bring this to Alton? Can you fill us in a little bit?
Sure. Well, we went to a teams meeting down in Florida, so that's basically where cities come in and they look for entertainment events to do in their cities. So that's where I first met him, and we started this process 2 years ago is when I met him. So
wow.
It takes a little bit to get all this going, especially, you know, we've got the Alton, you know, side of it, the Illinois side, and then we also have some of the Missouri side municipalities as well. So there's a lot to juggle and coordinate between everybody.
I could only imagine that, seriously. And we were talking, you're originally from Granite City.
Yeah, originally from Granite City. My grandfather started his boat dealership, Granite City Boat and Motor, and then my father branched off and started his own in Concord Village, South County. So we had two boat dealerships going at one time, and then you know, racing's always been in our family and our blood. So my grandfather started racing in 1939.
Wow.
My father started racing at age 11. My older brother raced, and he started when he was 13. I think I started when I was 8. So
that's awesome, man. How did racing evolve since your grandpa started? You know, I could only imagine what some of those power boats were looking like back then. Do you have any recollection or any stories to share?
Oh yeah. So you know, back then, if they were running 10 miles an hour, that was rolling.
Oh man.
So that you got to remember what time frame it was. But you know, it's still competition. And the funniest thing I always think about my grandfather. So he went to a boat race. He saw it. He liked it. He really couldn't swim, to be honest with you. And so instead of, he was mechanic, you know, he was very good mechanically. And so instead of buying somebody else's boat and then learning what he's doing, he built his own boat right off the bat.
No way.
Yes.
I love that. Get it done yourself and you know it's right.
I know. I can't even believe that.
Well, you know, as you're preparing for a weekend like this, there's a ton of ins and outs. And, you know, just where I'm at in the community and talking to folks, everyone has been excited about this for quite some time. And when you're looking at partners and spots to place for the tour, it's got to be cool to see that this town and region are really eating this up and saying, we want you here and we're going to be a part of this team.
Well, it sure is. And it's so nice to have a partner that is enthused and wants you here and is also willing to help share the workload to make it a bigger, better event. So with this particular event, we've got a partnership with the great guys over at MRF. And so we're going to have racing and we're going to have music. So it's going to be a festival atmosphere. It's free to the public. So if you want to come out, you don't have to spend a dime on the racing side. If you want a premium experience, then you could get bleacher seating or even a VIP experience. But you know, it all ties in with the community. We've got so many different aspects of the community, the municipalities that are helping us. And we got to give a big shout out to the police, the fire, you know, absolutely, Coast Guard, Corps of Engineers, just to name a few. And then you got Natural Department of Resources on both Missouri and Illinois side, Coast Guard, Water Patrol.
That's why I was asking, because this wasn't a yard sale you were setting up. There's so many agencies and so much involvement. That's what I think so impressive about this, Tim, is that, this takes a lot of work. There's a lot of stops to pull out, but the way that the whole organization and its partners really operated and maneuvered through it, the public had no idea of all the agencies that have to be involved to put something like this on.
Correct. And, don't forget the city of Alton, because without them, none of this happens. Yeah. Parks Department, Michael's been great over there, and Lindsay. So we just have all kinds of help coming from all over. And, racing has got a huge history, not only in the metropolitan area, but also Alton. So the oldest reference I could find to it was like 1890 something, 94, 92, where they had the old Alton Bridge. So they had a political gathering where they backed up two of the trains right there to crescent the bridge, and then afterwards it was followed by boat racing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'll be damn, man. That's awesome. And now this weekend, I was just kind of hitting on it earlier. I've been talking to some folks that are going to be a part of the meet and greet at Max, this big party that's happening tomorrow night, and everyone's excited about this. I mean, we're going to see all these people, and everyone's going to come down. They're excited to have a good time. Fill us in on the details if you could.
Exactly. So on Friday is really a test and tune day for the drivers. So we'll run the two-seater media boat from 12 to 1, and then we start the testing per class. So we've got the headliners, which are the Formula One boats, and then we've got the support classes as being the Formula Lights and the tri-hulls. And the tri-hulls are equivalent to the bomber class. So these guys like to bang and hit each other, and it is very entertaining.
That's awesome, man.
So when we get done with the test and tune portion of it, then we're going to have from 6:30 to 8:30 a meet and greet kickoff party over at Max, where we're closing down, was it Beale and 3rd? And we're going to just have a party and come out. This is for the public, the fans, to come out, meet the drivers, see what it's about, get up close personal with the boats. A lot of the drivers will set the kids in the boats. It's a great interactive experience.
Well, and that's what I think's so great about this is it's really a festival weekend atmosphere, because you're closing down Bell Street and 3rd Street, tomorrow. I'm excited about it because, number one, you're giving me a reason to kind of knock out a little bit early. You know what I'm saying? But, number two, it's the fact that everyone has something that we're all looking forward to in some way, shape, or form. And that's what's cool to be a part of this, and just kind of seeing all the excitement and seeing the businesses getting ready for this and the individuals that are wanting to be vendors or sell stuff somewhere. That's what I think's so cool, is that this boat race really kind of gave us a boost in community morale a little bit, too, and just having that one big thing,
The city's buzzing.
Yeah.
And we've had people for years and years, because on the St. Louis side in Fenton and at Creve Coeur for 38 years, the Concord's Village Lions Club put on the St. Louis Grand Prix. Well, 2008 was the last year for that. So it has been a long time coming, and we always have the fans asking us, hey, when you going to bring boat racing back to the St. Louis area? When you going to bring boat racing back? So we finally did with our great partners at Alton.
And, I'm just talking to Corey Job, who is just, Great Rivers and Routes really coming together and spearheading this. I don't know how that all worked out, but 2 years ago, to be at this point now, it's got to be just a cultivating feeling of happiness, of relief, too, because I'm sure the work being put in and being rewarded finally has got to feel great. Now, ahead of this weekend, can you break down Saturday and Sunday for us? Because I know Sunday's championship day. This is going to be a big one. But Saturday, all day long, there's opportunities for folks to be out and about and really observing.
Yeah, we get started on Saturday at 9 a.m., so we got a little bit of testing, then we have qualifying, and then we have qualifying heats. So when you come out Saturday, you're going to see a lot of action. And one thing about the qualifying heats, if you win the first one, then you start dead last for the second one. So we invert the field on starting order by the finish order of the previous heat.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So So it's not like somebody can just go out there and run away with it.
Yeah.
So, and we've got racing all the way through 5 o'clock on Saturday. At 5 o'clock, MRF opens their doors. And I believe at 5:30, you know, the rock and roll starts.
It does, and it's going to be a good old... We were just talking to Zach and Nick yesterday from the MRF, good guys, and to have you on the show today is wonderful, too. And now, on Sunday, when is how does the champion decided? For folks that don't know really how this breaks down, what does that look like?
So we've got one last heat race on Sunday prior, and then it comes down to the finals. So every time these drivers put their boats in the water, they accumulate points.
Okay.
And the starting lineup for the final is whoever has accumulated the most points in the weekend. But the champion is whoever wins that final.
That's cool as hell. I love that because it's really that championship. I mean, it's a true championship.
It builds up.
Yeah.
It builds up. And that way, you don't have somebody throwing a heat to get a better starting position because it's going to cost them points in the championship. And these championships sometimes come down to 1 or 2 points.
And what I think is cool is how you structure, because you can tell that you guys have been in the racing scene a little bit to know how these things are, you know, working and how people work the system too. That's cool. And the way you break it down prevents a lot of that and makes it more exciting for the public.
It does. And, you know, like anything else, we're always work in progress. We always learn from what we did the last race and build upon it for the next race. So, and that's exactly what we want to do with the Alton Midwest Nationals event.
Absolutely. And now going forward, I got a couple of just topical questions. How do you film the darn thing? You know, that's what I find interesting. That's got to be talent.
So we have got a great film crew from Live Media Services.
Okay.
So it will be live streamed. And then on top of it, it will be delayed taped for Speed Sport 1.
Oh, cool.
And that platform is on all of your streaming devices and platforms. So it's all on the free. You don't have to spend a dime to watch it because it's all advertise-based free TV.
That's really cool.
And the money shots are the drone shots.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
So our drone pilot is incredible. He comes out, and that's why we can't have other drones out in the area flying when we're trying to do this, because the drone footage is so important.
Oh, I bet. And now, is there any difference in terms of body of water whenever you're, you know, at this point in the Mississippi River? Is the water a little bit different than when it would be in different parts of the country for your boat riders to prepare for?
Oh, for sure. You know, we race on everything from the Mississippi River. We raced on the Red River. We raced on lakes. We raced on inlets. We've raced on intercoastals. We've raced on, we'll go to Windsor, Colorado, mid-September, and we race on a private lake in the middle of a golf course.
That actually would be really cool to be a part of.
It is incredible.
That's awesome. And now, folks, this is just going to be a great weekend for powerboat racing, for Alton in general, for the region in general. And you can get tickets if you want that bleacher experience for only $20. I mean, that's
per day.
Really cool. And there's VIP ticket options.
And there's VIP. You can either go to Great Rivers and Routes website, and then we've got links for not only the powerboat racing, but also for MRF tickets. And then you can also go to F1 Powerboat Championship.com and go under events, and you can find the links there as well.
Really cool. And we'll see you out there tomorrow night at Max's. We're going to be having a good... Just act like you didn't see me on Friday night is kind of what I'm getting at early here. But you're going to see you at 6:30 p.m. at Max on the corner of Bell and 3rd Street, and just have a good old time, meet some of the racers, and just make this an awesome, action-packed weekend in Alton. Tim, thanks so much for stopping by, and always appreciate it. We'll have to chat soon.
Heck yeah, and thanks for having me. And we just want to make sure all the fans come out, hang out, see what it's all about, bring the family, because that's what it's all about.
There you have it. At 10:10, we'll take a quick pause here. We'll come back with more of our daily show, and I'll see you on the riverfront for an action-packed weekend that awaits us here in the 618.